Good evening and good afternoon in USA and good evening in United Kingdom. It's probably the first live for a long time. And first of all, disclaimer or apology, it's a live show. There can be a mistake we do. We are human being. If we say something or do something or it doesn't resemble, end of the day, human, please don't hold on to us with that. And today is the 30th of March 2022. So we're going to begin almost end of the March about the topic, which is basically, is Remy laser worth the money? Right? Most important thing in life is when we buy a product, when buy a system, and the system behind me, right? The Remy laser, is it worth the money? And the best person and one and only Dr. Zuckerman, and he will introduce to himself. First of all, welcome, Dr. Zuckerman. Thank you for coming to a live show. It's more about education, I will say, and I'll let you introduce yourself throughout the world.
Yeah, hi, my name is Dr. Zuckerman. I live in the United States. I'm outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. It's actually called Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And I appreciate. I just give you a very brief background. I've been in the laser industry for almost 20 years. The Remy, we have over 500 units in the United States, which I'm very grateful for. In the last 5 years, it's one of the most amazing lasers that I've ever had, and been able to offer to the podiatry and the laser world. And that's why we have the topic of, is it worth it? You know, value is just as important as price. And the Remy, we always say it's PPMA, portable, powerful. It's a 30-watt dual wave, only 4 pounds, and it's multifunctional. It does pain, inflammation. What I mean that is plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, shoulder tendonitis, post-surgical. It heals wounds. It does neuropathy and more. It also does fungus toenails. These are all what we call 510K FDA approved, which means they have proved safety and efficacy. And warts. It does warts where you can numb it out and cut it out surgically. And it does it where you, what we call non-ablative, where it coagulates and stimulates the immune system without the need for a local anesthetic. And that's valuable. That's very valuable. You can't have a laser that just does pain, one that does fungus, one does warts. This is all together. And it's portable. It can be moved around from room to room, office to office. And that's important. You can even take it. I could fly with it on the airplane when I come visit Sumas. It's got a beautiful case. You just put it right above you on the airplane. And I've done that before, which is pretty amazing. I mean, I was going to show it to you, but it's right behind you.
Yes, it's right behind me. There's my sleek looking. It's just like I love Apple product, by the way. So I'm more sleekness, right? And simple to use, simplistic, with many years of research in finding the right product for the right time, for the right treatment protocol. I believe at the end, after nearly 5-6 years of my internal research and seeing other laser on the market and what the class 4 is about and what class 3 is about, it's a night and day different. So if you want to tell me something, Dr. Zuckerman, about Remy, we're going to talk about Remy. Like the topic is it worth? And I know you have just said the PPP, is it? And the background of the Remy and why you think it's worth the money compared to, we're not going to name any other system because we want Remy to be number one, than any other system in the market or any other system you come or work with. So without naming any of those systems.
Well, I don't mind naming systems, but what's real important is the fact that it's very reasonably priced, but it's it's not cheaply made. I mean, it's got all the features and quality, which is important. I always say if the Remy sat in one spot and was or moved around, you can't scratch it. I mean, just the casing alone, thousands of dollars were spent to develop the casing of it. So it's not like I reduced the quality of the laser. I there's a guy named Bill Gates, if you ever heard of him, and his dream.
I think I know him somewhere. I've heard his name.
Well, you don't have to reinvent models. You just change the product that with the model, and everybody that wants a laser should be able to afford a laser. I mean, my goal is that the lasers are so expensive today, everywhere except for the Remy, and it was done intentionally because I want customers or clients or doctors to benefit from the very fair pricing of it, but it has to be a great laser too. You think of low price, you think of cheapness. It's not cheaply made at all. I mean, I have engineers that are top quality, and you've met them.
Can you also explain to the audience or whoever is watching our program? You said that a Remy certain protocol is FDA approved. Can you explain me how difficult or what is the purpose of that? So again, Remy stands out from the crowd.
Well, first of all, it's not only FDA cleared, it's 510 cleared, which means that you have to prove that it's effective with studies, and you have to submit safety reports. Not every laser, they actually changed the regulation. You could just register the laser with the FDA and you're good to go. But I went beyond that. 510K demands that you submit extensive safety reports. And believe me, it wasn't easy. They go back and look at, make sure your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. And I mean, it took me over a year of, proving to the FDA with, scientific information and quality manufacturing. You just don't pick any manufacturer. You have to have a manufacturer that meets certain standards as well. So it's the top of the level of getting the clearance. 510K. If anybody ever wants to see the 510K literature, I'm very happy to share it with them. We don't hide anything. We just show you because I want you to be educated. You need to be educated when you purchase things because you can't make mistakes there. You can't go out and spend $30,000 and for a laser that just does pain. And most of, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know of any laser that has a CE mark that in Europe that is multifunctional. I'm not aware of it.
Well, like as I said, Remy laser, when you designed the Remy laser, you thought of many aspects, many protocol, many things, and the affordability. Also, it's not new. You've been to laser market, God knows how long.
It's a long time.
So you've done the research, you've seen everything, you know what the practitioners want, and you also know the financial return. Right. So in this respect, when you've done all this and that powerful machine you made compared to others, right? What is it? Is it 30 watt?
Yeah, 30 watts.
And how many dual is it?
It's a 980 and an 810.
810. So and 30 watt. So it's very powerful compared to the price range, affordability, and multifunction. What this laser is doing, it's multifunction. Like as I said, it's slick looking, and all this tip I have, and it's extremely good for the MSK market. Like
look at this, I can just pick it up. I don't know if you can see me, but I can just pick it up with one hand. 4 pounds is what it is.
So you have it in gloss white and matte black, isn't it?
Correct. I'll tell you a feature that's interesting. And I looked at this because I have sold and been involved with every brand you can think of. And I'll mention them. K-Laser. United States, we have Aspen. I was a part owner of Aspen. But most of your lasers have the attachment on the side. Okay? Over time, the case will crack. We put it on the top where it won't stress. It's just little things that you may not realize, but 5 5 years, 10 years down the road, this laser will look the same. And look at the screen. I know, it's a huge screen. You need good visualization of top quality. It's top quality. It's top quality.
Also, David, lately, like as I said, I am trying to push this in the UK and the Europe market, is a hand-free set. Can you slightly explain or expand on the hand-free set, the advantage and disadvantage, or advantage?
Okay. You should have the option of using hands-free. I truly believe that you need to be hands-on with the laser, but if you're doing, wounds, post-surgical, you have that option of using hands-free, which is important. If the market wants it, we feel that it's beneficial to the patient and the clinic, we're going to give it to you. And it was the hands-free has been tested for 5 years in the United States, and now we're going to bring it to the UK market. So it's been tested already. It's interesting. Most technology starts in Europe and then comes to the United States. This is reversed.
This is reverse. Again, on the topic of, is Remy worth the money? Right now, on the protocol, like you said, and on the treatment, like you said, no other system currently, you think, in your point of view, can do multifunctional. I've got a video, but can you also explain that if it's worth the money, that 5 or 6 protocol system embedded in one little beautiful machine, what are they?
Well, you've got the pain inflammation, which is plantar fasciitis. We're talking podiatry right now. We do other fields. Now, I know that you do from head to toe.
Yeah, I do head to toe. So if you could also explain, because I have a lot of physiotherapist, chiropractor, osteopath also looking into buy this system.
It's small enough and the power is important, because dosage is the key to resolution. You need to have the right dosage. I always give the analogy, well, actually 2. One is, if it gives somebody an antibiotic and you have the wrong dosage, you can have the right antibiotic or the right laser, but if it doesn't have the ability to put out the power or the dosage, you're not going to turn on what we call the photochemical reaction, which it's called photobiomodulation. You need to stimulate the cells to produce, in simplicity, ATP production. I like analogies because you can visualize, and you should use analogies with patients. I always say, like jump starting a battery in a car. You need to get that right charge to turn on the engine and the battery. Well, you can run a low powered, or what you call a class 3 laser, and it doesn't have the proper dosage to get that almost instantaneous pain relief. And you can tell your experience on, because you've used it for a while, Sumis, is that I call it the wow experience. And the training is important.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, this multifunctional laser is equipped for physical market, physiotherapy, then surgical market as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Podiatry or GPs, and then we have fungal nail, then we have wound management, diabetic wound clinic. So that's why I said, guys, is the Remy worth the money? So you have explained it is worth the money compared to other system, and instead of buying too many system, you built that too many system into one. So before we go to that,
you're better at this than me. You continue.
Before the next segment, which I will want to come to the training, I have a small clip about Remy. So let's show that. It's got body set program. What do you think? Short introduction.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, you buy a laser, and this is why I always go by doctor feedback. Again, there's over 500 of these out there, and I have doctors buying the first one, then they come back and buy another one. They have multiple clinics. In the United States, they have many clinics. They're a little bit lazy I made the Remy where you put it in a very nice shock-proof case, and you can carry it around. But I have doctors that own up to 7 of these.
Wow.
7.
David, I was so surprised. I never thought that I have ex- exceeded my own. You know very well what I'm trying to say. That I never thought I would sell so many systems within not even a 6 month of launching in the United Kingdom. I am. I was gobsmacked that so quickly I have sold so many systems. Neither you could believe it, did you? So it was so quick.
I'm impressed, and I think the reason why you do so well is because you're a doctor. You have the clinic. You need clinical knowledge. You can't have a non-doctor salesperson teaching you because they never treated a patient. We're talking about protocols that have stood the test of times on patients. And the beauty is, if you have a question, you can contact myself, Sumis, or myself, and we help you with actual clinical cases, which is important. You need to have the training. And I certify everybody, and I give
Yes,
them what we call CME credits. In the United States, it's
that's where now we are coming. The logistic and the help Zuckerman Technology is giving is you have a one-to-one training for certification of class 4 laser, going about the protocol, laws, and ethic, everything as David will go through with one-to-one, and he will make sure that unless you understand and you pass the course, then certification is going to be awarded. But he
correct.
makes 100% effort to get you or reach to that level. However, there is a little bit of exam at the end, but it's not daunting once you understand, and once one-to-one tutoring with David, it's there. It's quite easily achievable, right? So that's something I want to touch about is education. I believe education is the backbone of this health industry. What do you think on that respect?
I think that's paramount. It's the most important thing that exists. You need to be trained, understand the technology, understand when it's indicated, when you shouldn't be using it, and why you should be using it. Again, it's pain, inflammation. I always call pain in the ass. Pain, inflammation, arthritis, lack of mobility. It's great for range of motion. I don't know if you know if and we just recently put the Remy in 2 well-known NFL National Football League. I'm talking people that were in professional football players that were in the Super Bowl reach out to me. They're reaching out to me because it's word of mouth. In the United States, most of our Remy installations are word of mouth from satisfied doctors that tell their friends. And that's what's going to happen in the UK. It's not if or when you're going to see. You've been there. It feels a long time, but it's been.
But it's good because I'm also learning from you and introducing a lot of protocol. We enhancing the machine. We're also learning, both of us, and new technology comes with new problems. So one thing good about is that whenever with Remy, you get one-to-one with Dr. Zuckerman. Any problem, it's him. There is
Right.
no engineer. He's the engineer, right? Any issue with protocol or treatment, doctor is there. And obviously in the UK, I am a novice, but I try my best as much as I can to accommodate whatever the problem is. Life is full of problem, Dr. Zuckerman, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It's not the problems always exist and situation. It's how you handle them and what you do about them. Service is extremely important to me. It always has been and always will be, as well as training. Good training, great service, and just being there is what's key. It's not when you reach out to me, I'll talk to you in a week. It's usually the same day or the next day because we have 5 hours difference, and it's you may be sleeping when I'm ready to talk to you. So
Absolutely.
we work around your schedule, not my schedule. Is what I'm pointing out to you.
And as I said, I've seen that since, as I said, I didn't believe how many systems I sold in the UK. I was gobsmacked. But yes, obviously, the volume we sell, we see many type of hiccups. That's life. But we have achieved a lot. Our aim is to help our practitioner, whoever, have our system as much as we can. We are human being. Technology sometimes is beyond us. Sometimes things will happen beyond our control. But Dr. Zuckerman or Zuckerman Technology or our manufacturing partner, right? They are swift enough, I would say, or quick enough. Obviously, if
Well,
sometimes there is a delay in certain things, again, without our knowledge or beyond of our scope, but we still try our best.
that's it's caring what's so important. As I said, I have over 500 Remy's lasers in the United States, and I never thought it would grow to that level, but there's a demand. Laser patients, it's all based on the patient market. Patients don't like needles, they don't like medications, they don't they want treatments available fast, easy, and effective. That's the key with the Remy laser. Plus, is it worth it? It's got to be affordable to the clinic, because the clinic is entitled to make a profit. But if you spend, and I don't know what it is in pounds, but if you spend 30, 40, sometimes $50,000 on a laser that may be inferior, and I mean inferior, it only does one thing, and that's important. You need multifunctional, and that's why I did this, because I've owned them all. I had a laser, one that did warts back in the 1980s. I had one that did pain. I had one that did surgery. Now it's all together. All together. That's very important. The multifunctional is important. The
Yeah.
portability is important. And educate. We help you with marketing. You have to make your
Yes,
patients
that's what I
aware.
was just about to come. Is it worth the money? Another thing I've realized, you do huge marketing for the practitioner. You already got ready-made leaflet, ready-made videos, and then one-to-one session with them. Plus, you help them even literature-wise or wording for their website,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
want to make
fantastic to know.
a comment, because, and I teach this, is that the laser is not the brand, it's the doctor. I mean, we have videos, but any clinician that purchases a Remy laser, you will do a video, and we will make it professional to where you can use it with you talking about the laser. They want to, and patients, if you have a patient testimonial, we'll put it in a professional format for you. You just give me the video, and you can use those on your website, because patients like they don't know anything about lasers. They just know, are the patients doing well? And is that the doctor that I go to all the time, that I know, talking about it? Not just some generic video, which are fine, but I offer to and even your present group of doctors, just give us a video of yourself talking about it, and we'll make it professional so you can use it, whether it's on your website. I don't know if you use TVs in your office. United States TVs are very big. They're in the waiting room. They're watching the TV and getting educated. We'll do that for you. And it's worth it because it's included.
Excellent.
That's simple. We want to keep things simple. We want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to have the ability. I mentioned Bill Gates. His goal was to have a laptop in everybody's home. So they made it more affordable. I remember when the laptops goes in US dollars, 4,000 US dollars. Look at the advances.
The beauty about when I approach you, and then I bought that system to the United Kingdom, as I said, there's a many laser. When you buy it, they only sell one tip. Then another tip is £1,000 or something like that. Then you go to another tip. That's another tip, £1,000. The beauty about the Remy and the package, both of us designed together. Everything we give you, every tips, right? Everything's, look at this rollerball for MSK for physiotherapists, then fungal nail or even surgical. Then if you do electrosurgery, you don't need electrosurgery, because this is a surgical tip, right, where you can take the lesion. If you do minor surgical procedure, Remy is the way forward, because it's got the minor surgical tips, right? Then we got ENT, fungal nails, and so on. And you can expand as much
Right.
scope as you want. So these are, then the goggles comes with the, now we if it's optional, the hand-free set. Everything is a possibility. The choice is there. But within the standard unit, we give you all this instead of for you spending thousands of pounds to buy those tips. And that's something I'm really grateful to you, especially Dr. Zuckerman, for having me on the board as a European. I wouldn't say I'm a rep. I would say I'm a more or less a good partner.
Well, you're a great partner, and it's important that that we have somebody that's local in the UK that's using it. But now we have multiple doctors, that are using it. But you shouldn't just be doing pain. You can start. The key is get started. You can start with pain. Then we take it your pace. I have some doctors, especially in the United States, they start with the pain. When they're comfortable, then they don't have to go out and buy what you call an extra accessory. Then I teach them the warts. Then I teach them the fungus toenails, wounds.
Then surgical procedures, like it's taking a small lesion out. It's all done. It's office-based procedures.
Right.
What electrosurgery can do on skin and nail surgery, this laser, I reckon, is far safer and far better option because of the different modality, different wavelength.
Right. It's pretty simple. And so the answer to your question is it worth it? It's absolutely worth it, because my doctors in the United States and as we grow in the UK are telling me it's worth it.
Okay.
There's nothing like when they report back cases of patient satisfaction, because that's the bottom line. Patients need to get better without the risks of taking medications today.
Okay.
And that's important.
We're almost coming to the end. Unfortunately, I have to cut you out on that. Almost we're there. Any last, is there any worth the money? Is there any last few word on that? And then we'll leave it for a day.
Yeah, we've produced the product. We've given you the opportunity, because I don't like to exclude people. When you start talking, tens and $30,000-$40,000, it's going to exclude some doctors. Again, I go back to Bill Gates. You have we've made this opportunity for you available and worthwhile, so that you can purchase it and put it in your clinic and make a profit. Not 3 to 5 years, less than 1 year, you can make a profit on it, and you can make it affordable to your patients. I got to tell you, I do want to thank. I've met some amazing doctors, clinicians, and healthcare practitioners. That's the joy I get, meeting other doctors, getting different perspective. I'm learning the English slang, what I call it, the proper English.
Oh, thank you. I don't speak proper English myself.
You do. But I got to tell you, it's a great group of doctors that you've introduced me to, that I've trained, and I feel like we're friends, and I appreciate that, Sims, that opportunity, because I love talking to doctors.
Thank you, David. Thank you for being with us, and I hope we will continue for eternity to come. And anybody who's watching this program or listen to us, it's a bit of CPD, understanding if the Remy worthy. Well, watch our video again. We have explained as much as we possibly can. And again, have a lovely evening to everyone. And before I leave, I shall leave with... It's got body set program.